Well, hello. My name is Zach Haydorn. I am from Oak Park, Illinois, and I work in the sales enablement field for a company called Notified. And I used this VR platform for a fear of flying. Um, Man, the first time I was kind of, I really remember being afraid of flying was after an event early on in my childhood, in which we had a close family friend pass away in a plane crash, and from that moment on, like that, the memory of that and that day, um, just really made me fear the whole thing, not enjoy flying, kind of dread what should be nice, fun trips and vacations because of the flying element. So the trigger for me really is just the anticipation of having to fly, and symptoms that I get are anxiety, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiousness, um, a little bit of just being upset about feeling the way that I do, knowing that a good fun trip is on the horizon. But really, it's just anxiety, a lot of what if thoughts that aren't fun, and yeah, just the overall unwillingness, and myself actively trying to get out of flying. Discovered the VR platform during therapy. I started therapy in August of 2021, due to a panic attack, a major panic attack, that landed me in the hospital. So, you know, I started therapy to work on that and to figure out a way to live with that, in my life. And through conversations, we kind of uncovered that this plane thing and this flying thing and what happened back in my childhood was a pretty prevalent part of kind of what may drive some anxiety. So we dove deeper into that. Plus, I had a flight right around the corner when we started this thing, and I was really open to it because I wanted to be able to work at this in an active way, and I felt like this VR platform was a way to do that. Actively try to combat. So my first reaction to it was, this is great. Like, this is just absolutely fantastic. I don't have to just kind of sit back and wait. I can try to take control of working to get better or working to cope, and this was a really great mechanism, to do that. So I was just my first reaction was, hell yeah, absolutely. Let's do this. As far as the process goes, we took the time to use this, to just work through all parts of flying. So taxiing ahead of takeoff, takeoff itself, landing, and then just being on a flight. So we kind of used the system for to like kind of live in each scenario, and it was tough. Like, I felt myself, it was real enough where I felt myself kind of squirming in my chair a little bit. But ultimately, though, coming out of that, I felt, um not cured necessarily, but I felt really confident in what I was going to do when I got on the plane. What I was going to do and how I was going to do it, how it would potentially feel, good or bad. The going through those exercises just made me ready, and that is more than I could say throughout my entire life, and I'm 37 years old. And so having that practice ahead of flying was really important because, like I said, I knew what I was going to do when I got on. I knew how I might feel, and I was just more ready than ever. And the result was just a lot smoother of a flight, a lot more of a pleasurable experience on the plane. Was able to just kick back a little bit and relax. It was not entirely gone. I don't want to say that, but this software and this program made me ready, and that was a huge, huge step forward that I would not have gotten to, without this. So I recommend this to anybody out there who's going through the same thing I did with flying, or just another fear in general. It really puts you in that environment in a safe way that allows you to practice. And if there's one thing I learned through therapy, like practicing is key, and this allowed for that in a very prominent way. And I've already feel better about the next flight that I'm going to take, and it all has to do with this. So I can't speak highly enough of this VR platform as a tool in my practice to try to better live with this fear that I have. And I couldn't have been happier that I got a chance to use it.